Hi there. Welcome to Guanyin Practice, our morning devotions. I am back today and I will be back again on Monday, but then I will be gone for a week. So it's just I'm headed to the Tucson Gem show next week for a couple of days, but it's a long drive and so excuse me. So here we are. So I wanted to make the most of this day. And we are here with our translation of the Heart Sutra by J.A.A. Narayan. And it is my favorite. It's a very liberating text. It's almost like in each line of instruction, it peels away a veil or a layer of expectations or of anxieties, ego attachments, etc. It just peels it away. So let's dive into it together. Uttering the sound of the three states of existence, I enter a mystic union of oneness with the entire cosmos. In the three worlds, in the three times, my breath binds the sound Om, purifying the body, speech, and mind. I take refuge and invoke the awakened mind of the goddess, who knows all and hears all suffering. The blessed Bodhisattva Aryatara, from the deep practices of the heart's perfect wisdom, understanding that the five elements of consciousness were always empty, instructing her student Shariputra, she says, "In this world of forms, Shariputra, all phenomena are empty. Form is emptiness, and emptiness is form. Form is not separate from emptiness, and emptiness is not different from form. Always, emptiness is the same as phenomena. Potential or actual form and emptiness never separate. So it is for feelings, conceptions, perceptions, and consciousness. All phenomena, Shariputra, have the characteristics of emptiness. They neither die nor take their birth into existence. Neither are improper nor shining with purity. Neither are incomplete nor deficient in any way wanting. So, Shariputra, in that emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, conception, perception, nor consciousness. There is no seeing, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, nor thought. Neither are there solid forms, sound, fragrance, sensation, nor conceptual phenomena. No circle of sight, nor is there a sphere of consciousness. There is no knowledge nor ignorance, neither does ignorance get vanquished, nor knowledge voided. No long road into aging and death, and no liberation from it. No causes of suffering nor samsara, no stopping on the journey of joy and suffering. There is no clinging to thoughts nor grasping. There is no attainment of anything, as there's nothing to attain. With blissful practicing of the heart's perfect wisdom, obstructions of mind move clear, and the labyrinthine maze of thought impressions and delusions of duality are liberated. In this way, the blessed Bodhisattva Aryatara enters enlightened transcendence. In the three worlds, all on the Bodhisattva path may practice the heart's perfect wisdom, and in applying it every moment, find the nature of mind and enter enlightenment. So understand and see the mantra of the heart's perfect wisdom as the strongest of sorceries, as the most powerful saying of mystical and sacred speech. It is the mantra which smooths over all things, which disperses lies into its light of truth. This mantra liberates all, and it is said like this: Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, buddhi soha. Gate, gate. Gone, gone, crossed over and gone, completely gone beyond to the far shore, awakened, and all is good. This ends the heart's perfect wisdom. So let's see what our message is from the guidance cards today. We use these cards in January. They are by Mystic Alu Gutmila. She's here in Mount Shasta. Excuse me. And I just love this deck of cards, which have really amazing, kind of wonderful, pithy messages that help frame perspectives that I think we all know to be true or would mostly agree with. These are general principles of mind training and thought experiments and working with affirmations. So that card is the instruction card. The one that just fell out is the instruction card of how to use the cards. Well, I'm doing it this way. So we're just going to keep on doing this until one falls out. Nice to see you, Bonnie. Hello, Elohim. Hi. Okay, this one popped out. Who you are and what you do are most significant and important. Whether your actions are grand or minuscule, just participate and gently be who you are. Know that in 100 years' time, Google will be forgotten, but your walk through life will have left its footprint. This was the first card that we got in the beginning of the year, I think. I am a fertilized fallow field, nourishing life is our affirmation. Thinking of ourselves it's a real trick. Thinking of ourselves as important isn't always, hi, Karen, good to see you, my sister. Thinking of ourselves as important is tricky because it can trigger the ego into like overinflating itself. We don't want that. But false modesty is also ego driven. Like, no, it couldn't possibly be about me. That's also ego driven, and that's not good either. Learning to have, like Vajra confidence, Vajra pride. It's not a pride or a confidence in the small me. It's not like, oh, I, Yesha, am so great. Rather, Vajra confidence is knowing that whatever comes, I'm equipped to rise to the challenge. I'm equipped with the Dharma. I'm equipped with the wisdom of the ages that came from the people who have accomplished enlightenment before me, to whom I aspire. It's a knowing that I'm part of something bigger. I'm part of something that is much bigger than just me. So when we sort of diffuse that I, me, mine out into, wow, what a privilege it is to be, and how fortunate I am to be part of this larger thing, to have discovered that I could be part of this larger thing in this lifetime. Wow, of all the universes I could have been born into, and all the planets on which I could have been born, and all the lives that I could have lived, I get to have the experience of connecting with the Dharma in this lifetime. How lucky am I? So then your confidence comes not so much from, oh, I'm so great, as much as it comes from, we can accomplish mighty things together, or it comes from, there is a light and I am part of it. And that confidence defeats imposter syndrome. It neutralizes the tug of war between overinflated ego and false modesty. It allows spaciousness around the good feeling that is not trespassed upon by our individual thoughts and faults and judgments. And it's not contingent on what anyone else thinks. So I love that she references Google in these cards. It's so funny because if there's, 100 years from now, a deck of these cards and people read this and they're like, oh, she referenced Google. Wow, that's old. That's how it'll be. Wow, those are really old. I love the affirmation for this. It says, just participate and gently be who you are. That's all we have to show up with today. Our gentle hearts. I can do that. Can you do that? No matter what else happens, no matter what else arises in this day, I can show up with my gentle heart and participate. I don't have to have all the answers. I don't have to flail. I don't have to run around with like a chicken with my head cut off. I don't have to be scared. I don't have to be panicked. I don't have to be angry. I don't have to be frustrated. I don't have to be impatient. I don't have to be any of those things. I can just say, whatever's going on, I'm gently participating in this moment. I feel like I need that. Like, I would say I need it tattooed on me, but then I couldn't see it. I need it like, I need to wear something here with a laser that projects this message, a light show that says, just participate and gently be who you are, that I can broadcast on surfaces. So that like if I'm standing in line somewhere, I'm sitting in traffic somewhere, I'm having a day or whatever, it's just like broadcast there and I'm like, oh right. We need those kinds of lasers. Okay, I love the affirmation of this card. I am a fertilized fallow field nourishing life. Those words together. Fertilized, I have potential. I have all the raw materials and resources. I'm fallow. I don't actually need to be producing anything. I'm receiving and allowing. And a field. I'm this, I am a field of energy. I'm part of this field of energy. And that's all I need to know. I love this message for the weekend, especially this weekend. It's actually an enormously astrologically dense time this weekend. The only time in our lives that Pluto will move from Capricorn into Aquarius with, from what I'm reading, some very, very significant potentials arising as part of that move. You might experience symptoms of feeling tired, or you might feel a little disjointed, or even if you don't believe in sort of cosmic energies like that or astrology like that, which many of you know, like I kind of half believe in it and half don't. I do follow it, but I also am not sure about it. I keep my little healthy skepticism. But either way, it is energetically dense, even if for no other reason than so many people are talking about it and putting energy on it, and we are part of that field of energy. So either way, regardless, whether you feel the effects of the Pluto moving, the Pluto's movement from Capricorn into Aquarius with a sense that a big game changer is coming, or whether you don't experience that feeling, but you're just tapped into the larger network of people who are in that rising of the need for change. Either way, wherever you land, presence, just being who you are today and this weekend, gently participating in whatever happens, allowing ourselves, we're going to allow ourselves to be one with the oneness in this period of time and move through it. And then we'll be back together on Monday and we'll see how it turned out. So that's our short bit for today, if that's what you were here for. And now let's dive into Guanyin practice with 3 prostrations before the shrine. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention. A person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And let's recite the four immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering to Guan Xiyin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Om Ahum. 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 Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guan Yin, remain until the end of samsaric existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. 108 recitations now of Namo Guanxiyin Pusa, asking Guanyin to help us to remember in those moments of wondering whether we're significant or insignificant or, important or not important, that we can just dissolve that into I'm one with the oneness and it's enough. Namo Guanxiyin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin 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 Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. 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 Oh. Crept right up on me. I was really in it. And our brief practice for the Mani Reciter of Calm by Gyaltse Tokme Zangpo. Lama Dankun Chuksum Lak Chaksalo, Dakni Changchut Nipor Chike Bar, Gangdang Gangdu Kepa De Dang Der, Tadu Tuje Champo Chatsin Ching, Kusum Gewe Chila Chapar Sho, Jamtang Ning Je Champo Kunlang Ne, Tuje Champo Duljar Gerpanam, Lame Changchut Chala Go Pechir, Tuje Champo Trinle Je Par Sho. Homage to the Guru in Three Jewels. From now until I reach the essence of awakening, wherever I may be reborn, in that place, may I always follow the great compassionate one and dedicate my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Inspired by loving kindness and great compassion, in order to lead all Mahakarunika's followers to supreme and unsurpassable awakening, may I carry out the great compassionate one's activity. Lama Dankun Shuksum Lak Chatsalo, Dakni Changchuk Nimpor Chike Bar, Gangdang Gangdu Kepa De Dang Der, Tadu Tuche Champo Chatsin Shing, Gusum Gewe Chila Chaparsho, Jamdang Ning Je Champo Kunlang Ne, Tuje Champo Duljar Girpanam, Lame Changchu Chalago Pechir, Tuje Champo Trinle Je Parsho. And now 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum, sending out our benevolent energies to those who need them, asking Guanyin and the Great Oneness Light to help presence miracles for those in need of miracles. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lama Dechin Yeshe Wangmo. Om Swasti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of Supreme Bliss Yeshe Wangmo be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine upon the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, a bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher, and wishing everyone a great weekend of just being who you are, one with the oneness, and it being good enough. And we will be back on Monday. Bye-bye now.